Hello, trading has closed on February 28th. Today is March 2nd, and I'm Jeffrey Tennant. Let's talk about what happened Friday in the stock market. mejt gave a few intraday calls. It said in the morning that ultimately both higher and lower prices would print, which they did. It said close to the high that ultimately lower prices would print, which they have done. There was one target from Thursday we came close to but didn't see. That was 1844.85. We got as low as 1847.67. We have until early Monday to have that 1844.85 target print within its preferred time frame. And it could. But complicating the issue is that mejt says this big drop is not for keeps, and that 1866.98 will print most likely by Monday's close. Of course, it's possible that we could have a big drop at the open and then recover and hit this price, but I think that's a pretty tall order. So all the system is saying right now is that we have higher and lower targets. I've been looking for a market high since about year end, and if this target of 1866.98 stays unfilled, that would still fit, because mejt likes to leave an unfilled target, a failed target, at major changes in trend. Let's look at some other stuff and see if that's likely to happen. I was looking for this low to fall. I thought it would happen by late last week. Instead, we took out this high, which I view as significant, and we cleared some important levels. We had a big sell-off during the day, but I think it's important to note that when we sold off, we still have a series of higher highs. This low is over this high. In a market trending up, we tend to have higher highs and higher lows, and that's still happening. And ideally, you don't want this low to overlap that high, and that didn't happen. We traded under all these highs, but we could not close under any of them. This is the target that I had. And if you look, Friday's drop was just a standard Fibonacci 61.8% correction of the move from the target to the high. As long as we hold this at Monday's open, I think that's relatively strong action. If we're going to do something on the downside, I would like to see this up move invalidated by gapping under this low. I think if that does not happen, that we're more likely to see the higher target before we see the lower target. The market technically looks a lot stronger to me now than it did at year end when I was pretty negative. We had a sell-off of sorts, but we've had a recovery. We've hit new highs. And if we are going to drop significantly, it had better start pretty soon, because otherwise this action is relatively positive. All that the system is saying right now is that we have higher and lower targets. Factors outside the system, in my opinion, aren't really negative enough for a major drop. That could change. but I don't think that they're negative enough for a big drop right now unless we gap down strongly Monday. And that's the call.